So today, yeah, I'm tuning in with you to see what COVID Relief Bangkok is about. What do you guys do? And why did you start it, Adam?
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for giving me the chance to speak to you, Michael. And again, you know, your work over the years has been an inspiration to many of us, I'm sure. Yeah, I should say right off the bat that I didn't start COVID Relief. It's really been a coalition of organizations who are all eager to do something in a time where I think many of us felt a bit powerless alone. You know, it was only a couple of weeks ago that I was sort of at home thinking about being locked down, figuring out what to do. And I saw a friend of mine on social media post a box of instant noodles on Facebook and said, I'm just handing these out to, you know, the local builders, you know, who really need some food. And I messaged him. I said, man, yeah, that's good of you to at least be trying to do something. And it just sparked a little seed of an idea. And I messaged Sachs. I don't know if you know Sachs, but he's the founder of Sati Foundation and also runs Broccoli Revolution, a couple of other sort of social enterprises. And I messaged him and said, dude, I know you're doing something. What's happening? What's going on? And he said, you're a mind reader. I'm speaking to this organization, that organization. I need some help. And I said, right, I'm in. And that feels like months ago now. Months. Wow. It's only been a couple of weeks.
Right.
So yeah, it's a real coalition.
Okay, so the founder of Broccoli Revolution, who else is involved in this?
So I think some of the initial conversations, we started working with Urban Studies Lab. And they provide the sort of data mapping that allows us to identify those communities most at risk in Bangkok. They go by age and income to say these are the most at risk of COVID-19. So they help us on strategy. Then there's the Thai Health Volunteers Association. Now they have health centers in districts all over Bangkok.
Super.
And they are really helping to manage the distribution side. So we help build the strategy, we organize the campaign, and that's really a big part of my role is how do we mobilize, how do we capture the public attention and imagination, how do we raise funds, how do we get the essential items together? And then you've got to work with those local civil society partners who have the relationships at the local level to try and distribute them safely. So this coalition is growing. We now have Brand Think on board, which is a huge advertising giant in Thailand who are now on board to start creating content and start building the campaign up, potentially doing some celebrity activism and campaigns. And I might be missing one. And of course, Social Giver. So Social Giver joined us as a partner. That's our donation platform. They cover all the credit card fees. So every single cent that gets donated to us comes direct to us, and they keep us accountable. So this is what I mean by a coalition. This is a bunch of organizations that all really need to work together in order to take on what is a monumental challenge, which is how do you get the most essential items to people who need them the most in the safest way possible. And we're learning how to do that every day. So it's a real team effort.